What's going on, YouTube? It's the Comic Book Preacher coming back at you, back from vacation, back from the wonderful beach of Jekyll Island, Georgia. You can notice I got my beach wear on, representing here. Glad to be back. I know it's been a minute, but getting ready to go on vacation for a week, and just life in general kind of pops up, gets in the way. So I've got a couple videos coming at you hopefully today. I'm still waiting on the mail to run. This is my last day of vacation. Go back to work in the morning. Not too particularly excited about that, but it is what it is. But hopefully I'll have a mystery box from the one and only Silverback Graphics coming in the mail today, and get that out later this afternoon. I'm excited about that, to see what the old Boss Kong has in store. I had a mystery box from him here a while back, and for those that don't know, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, I'm pretty sure I have, but for my new logo for the channel, Silverback Graphics is responsible for that, and I appreciate that so much. That is just a sweet, sweet graphic, and I appreciate you making that and letting me use that. That is just pretty top. I appreciate that. But anyway, so I went to Georgia to do a little bit of vacation and live the beach life there for a little bit, and if you get a chance to do it. The one downside, we were on Jekyll Island when Elsa came through. Never been in a tropical storm before. I don't recommend it. It was really wet. We had water rushing into our condo and soak our luggage and different things that we had on the floor. Just massive flash flooding, and had 70-foot swells and different things, and pretty scary for a guy that the worst thing I've ever seen was a tornado. So, but we made it out all right. The next day was absolutely gorgeous. And the waves, the previous days before the storm hit, the waves coming in were awesome. They were, really cool to get out in the ocean and play in and stuff. So that was pretty sweet. I did try to do a little bit of comic hunting while I was down there. Unfortunately, the hunt just didn't go well. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff. That coastal area down there was hit really hard by COVID. A lot of businesses closed up. Some that I had found online were closed up when we got there. Just COVID had hit it hard, and so that was unfortunate. I did get a couple things. We stopped at a little flea market before we got to the coast, and I got a couple books. I'll show you those. Nothing spectacular, and I got a couple things locally before I left to kind of round out some stuff. But without further ado, we'll jump in it. One of the books that I found at that little flea market was this Morbius the Living Vampire number 10. I'm a fan of the old Morbius comics. I like the new stuff too. I don't think they're written as well, but trying to put together that run. It's not super high on my priority list, but when I find them, I'll get them. That's not a bad book, and it was in good shape. I have this one, but this is in much better shape than the one I have. When you're going for these 90s books, a lot of times you can find them. There's a lot of them, but they've been read. They've been thumbed through pretty aggressively, so it was cool to find one in that good a shape. The next one I found is a little bit older, and this is Marvel Spotlight on Captain Marvel number 3. A little 30 center there, and honestly, I didn't pay much more than that to get the book, so I was happy to get that. That's pretty cool. Hope you can see that there. And then, because the hunting was so poor, so lame, when we were there on the island to get groceries and stuff, unless you wanted to pay an arm and a leg, you'd have to leave the island, drive into Brunswick, and we had gone. My whole family went. Actually, we lost my dad back in January, and we had been planning this trip for a year, and so it was bittersweet. It was cool and stuff, but so my mom and my brother and sister-in-law and my little nephew went, and it was a blast. We had a lot of fun. It was a cool way to kind of remember my dad and different things, the outside of the grief that's at home. It was pretty cool. But anyway, to get groceries, unless you wanted to pay an arm and a leg, you had to drive in. So my mom and my wife drove into Brunswick and to the Walmart. I mean, we're from Arkansas. We live in Walmart land. We're going to shop at Walmart. There it is. And that's what's cool about Walmart is you can go to Walmart in Montana, and it's going to have pretty much the same things it does here in Arkansas. So anyway, they went in. My wife knew I was kind of bummed about not getting comics, and so she bought. They have, I guess I'd never seen them before or paid any attention to them, but they have little grab bags of comics at Walmart, and so she picked up a couple. She picked me up one DC and one Marvel, and actually they had some pretty decent stuff in there. Like this Harley Quinn. This is from the DC one, obviously. That Harley Quinn Infinite Frontier #1 was pretty cool. And, you know, she doesn't know, you know, what good books are and stuff, but it was incredibly thoughtful of her to think enough of me to say, hey, you know, my husband's kind of bummed we've not been, you know, picking many books up, so let me get this for him. So I was, you know, they mean a lot to me because it was thoughtful. You know, I got a good lady there. But I got what is that? The Sensational Wonder Woman #1. And this one I was actually pretty excited to get. I didn't think it would be... of course, I don't know how they do that. I don't know if they do throwaways or what. But this is a Batman Second Son #1, 1 of 4. Pretty excited to get that, actually. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool little book. And then from the Marvel, I had Star Wars Bounty Hunters #5. That sweet Boba Fett cover. I dig that. That's pretty sweet. And then... of course, you can't go wrong when you go into the symbiotes. The Gwenom versus Carnage #1. And I got to work on my lighting. I really do. So that's pretty cool. And then this cool Daredevil. It's like a lenticular between Daredevil and that classic X-Men, The Defeat of the Phoenix. But that's pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. And that lenticular stuff will give you a headache if you stare at it long enough. But I thought that was pretty cool. That's kind of more or less what I got from my travels. Like I said, nothing major, nothing big, but it's still pretty cool. And then before I left, you guys, if you watched my video right before we left, I had gotten all of the Spawn's Universe #1s, except they did not have the Redeemer cover, but I was able to pick that up. That's just sweet. I love that. I'm excited to see what they do with that. I know they've printed, you know, hundreds and thousands of these things, but that's pretty sweet. I dig that a lot. I also picked up Spawn 319. I got the different covers that they had. I got the variant. That variant cover is actually pretty sweet. And then I really dig these black and white ones. They're actually my favorite that they've been putting out with the Spawns. So got all those. Those are pretty sweet. Again, I'm collecting those. Those are going, you know, all these are going to go into my personal collection. Here's one that I found before we left at a like a pop culture store here we have in town, just to complete the Joker War run of the individual books. I got Batman #6, that variant, that B cover. Catwoman on the cover. It's pretty sweet. So now I have all the A's and the variants for that. So that's pretty sweet. And then last but not least, this is one that Stevie B turned me on to. I saw it on his channel. And actually, he had texted me before he posted it and was like, dude, have you ever seen this? And I had not. And it has my absolute two favorite characters of all time battling one another. You've seen it on his channel, but this was a like a UNICEF mail-in, and it's the Incredible Hulk versus Venom. You can't beat that. And I have that in a top loader. That's actually going to go on my wall back here. I'm going to put that up there. So I'd put it in the top loader there. I need to probably rebag that. That bag is kind of wrinkly. But anyway, that's just awesome. Just that kind of rare, you know, I'd never heard of it until Stevie B had mentioned it. And you'd think, being as big a fan as I am, that would have been there. But anyway, that's kind of what I got. That's my pickup. I'm going to try to hear, you know, now that we're back and everything, try to be a little more consistent in getting videos up, at least 2 videos a month. Hopefully, it would be cool if I could do one every week. Unfortunately, I just don't buy enough comic books to really do that. I can go through some stuff in my collection, do some flex videos or something like that. But really, hopefully, you know, do one a couple months, and I'll have a big one every month where I get my pull list, but I have to drive, you know, a couple hours away to get my book. So I'm kind of behind on that. You've already seen what everybody has by that point, and I'm not picking up anything different than what other people are getting. So, but hopefully you're enjoying the content, enjoy the channel. That's all I have. Maybe here in a couple hours or so, the mail will run, and I'll be able to do my Silverback Graphics mystery unboxing. Look for that, if not today, hopefully tomorrow. I can get to it after work. But guys, I appreciate it. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back at making content and doing this. Missed you guys, and hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you soon.